All of the languages that I speak are fun. I think that's why I've stuck with them and enjoyed speaking them. I think I have the deepest emotional connection with Greek because my grandmother was from Greece, and so we use Greek in my family as well, and I've heard it ever since I was a child. But I also really like speaking German. There are so many languages that I would love to learn in the future. As I said, I'm hooked, so I'm very interested in Chinese at the moment. I work with someone from China who's teaching me little bits, and I think it's really cool when I hear her speaking to her family or friends on the phone in Chinese and think, wow, wouldn't it be really awesome to speak that? I organise an international conference for polyglots every year, which moves countries. So last year it was in Iceland, and this year it's going to be in Slovenia. So I'd like to learn some Slovene as well before we go there for the weekend. I always feel a little bit guilty that I'm from the UK, but I've never really learned any of our local languages here. So I've never learned Welsh, I've never learned Irish, I've never learned Scottish Gaelic. And I went to Wales recently and loved that we had everything in 2 languages. You walk into the supermarket and you see all these languages everywhere. And I thought, I think it would be really cool to learn a language which is very close to where I live and that I could use. So I'd love to learn Welsh one day too. The biggest challenge for me for learning a new language was with Russian. There were a number of things that I wasn't expecting to be hard that were. For example, there's a whole new alphabet, which it's not too different to English, you get used to it, but when you're trying to learn a word, it's just an extra barrier to memorizing that word. First having to read it and understand what all of the letters mean, and then having to actually memorize it. So there's that extra layer there. Well, the easiest language for me to learn was definitely Afrikaans because the grammar is very, very simple. So there are almost no irregular verbs. There's only 3 real tenses you have to worry about. And a lot of the vocabulary in Afrikaans is very similar to vocabulary in English. So for example, there's this sentence which is my pen is in my hand and my hand is in warm water, which in Afrikaans is my pen is in my hand and my hand is in warm water, which is very, very easy for English speakers to learn. So the easiest languages to learn are the languages that are most similar to the one you speak natively, because you don't have to learn so many new concepts, and maybe you can already understand a lot of the vocabulary because it's similar to what you already know.